All right, I'm Mike Moreno reporting for DamonWildcats.com and joined right now by our head men's soccer coach, Bobby McCall, for our weekly sit-down chat. Since the last time we talked, Coach, 3-0 loss to nationally ranked LIU Post here at home this past Saturday in an East Coast Conference game, but then a nice bounce-back win, 4-0 in non-conference play at Shepherd on Monday. I'll start with the LIU Post game. You know, They're a highly touted program, came in as the number 8 ranked team in the country. They were a unanimous pick to win the league this year. A 3-0 loss, does that give you a little bit of a barometer for where you're trying to take your program to?
Yeah, I mean, for us in our conference, they're the benchmark. They've won the conference fairly consistently over the last few years. Like you said, they're nationally ranked. They always do well. I think their goal is probably to win a national championship. And it gives us an idea. It gives our guys an idea of what the top teams are like and what it's like to play against the top teams. Overall, we never are happy with a defeat. But what I was pleased with was the way that our guys approached the game, especially with a lot of young players, a lot of freshmen. It's a bit of an unknown for them, but they went out there and they played without any fear. And I thought we played well with them. 1-0 at halftime off a goal that we probably shouldn't have conceded. But we got to see what the difference is between the top teams and maybe where we're at is, they punish you when you make mistakes. They're pretty ruthless and, they're a good team. So I think overall it was a good experience. I was pleased with how the guys performed and approached the game. And I think going into next year, when we play them again or going on to the rest of the season, it's going to put us in a good position.
Yeah, certainly it was a far cry. I think last year was an 8-1 loss to them. You guys definitely generated some chances, especially in the second half. Samuel Lockman had a couple of nice scoring opportunities. So definitely a marked improvement over last year, I would say. In that game, Mike D'Amato, freshman goalkeeper, he gets his first start. He had played the second half for you at Gannon in the previous game. Took the loss against LIU Post, but looked impressive, made a couple of nice saves, and then was rewarded with a second straight start and picked up the shutout on Monday at Shepherd. What have you seen from Mike over the last couple of games?
Yeah, Mike's been great. He came in against Gannon at halftime, was kind of thrown in there without any warning, and he handled it well. LIU Post, obviously, it's a big game for everybody. We expected him to be somewhat busy, but he just did his job. But the thing about Mike is he's pretty consistent. And he doesn't really get fazed by anything, which is huge especially for a goalkeeper and a freshman goalkeeper. So been really pleased with him. He's come in, he's made the saves that he's supposed to make. He's not made any mistakes, and he's just been pretty consistent, and he's kind of taken in his stride. So really pleased with him, and he's got that starting spot now, and we'll hope he just continues with that form.
Yeah, and 3 of the 5 halves that he's played, he has not allowed a goal. He's only allowed goals against LIU Post. So certainly playing well for you over the last couple of games here. I will take the blame. I told you after the LIU Post game when we sat down last week, we were talking about the offensive production that you've had out of this team, and you I think scored 1 goal against Gannon and then got shut out against LIU Post. So I'll take the blame on that for talking about it. Yeah. But we're going to talk about it again.
All right.
19 goals on the season now, and what I want to ask you is 17 of them scored by freshmen. We've been talking all season long about how reliant you are on freshmen. You've started at least 9 freshmen in every game this season. But 17 goals, and specifically the 4 that were scored Monday, all by freshmen. 17 goals by freshmen, that's more than 7 teams in your league total. So, might just talk about the goal scoring out of your freshmen overall again, and specifically the 4 that we got on Monday at Shepherd.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you have 22 freshmen, they have to step up, or else we're going to be in trouble. And they've been thrown in right from the start, from the very first game, and there's a lot of pressure on them, but they've handled it really well. from day one, like you said, we've been starting 9 or 10 freshmen, 10 in the last game, and been really pleased with them. And it is, it's not just the guys that are consistently playing. There's boys coming off the bench. There's a lot of guys that are still kind of learning what it takes to play at the college level. So it's exciting. It's exciting for the future. Overall, just pleased with the amount of goals we're scoring. That was one of the problems we had last year, and it seems like we're kind of fixing that problem, and we're just working on the other side of it too. But yeah, really pleased with them. It was good for a couple of guys to get their first goal too against Shepherd.
Yeah, that would be Anthony Capello and Noah Keem, first goals of their career. You also got goals from Christian Adenoy, who's along with Finn Kruger, they're really developing into quite the 1-2 punch up top for you. And then Nicholas Ringdahl Bolin scored on a penalty kick. He's now 2 for 2 on penalty kicks this season. One guy that I want to ask you about that we haven't talked a whole lot about is Ross Stewart. Ross is a graduate student, transferred in here from Davis and Elkins, and on a team, again, with 22 freshmen and 24 newcomers. What does his experience bring to the table for you?
Yeah, Ross he's been great for us. Like you said, we're starting 9 or 10 freshmen, and whenever we're doing that, he's often the one or one of the two that aren't freshmen on the field. He's come in, and as a new player, we've given him the role as captain, one of the captains, just because we've been impressed with the way he conducts himself, but also just the experience that he brings. He's a real vocal leader for us, and again, with so many freshmen out there, it's good to have somebody with that little bit of experience that can pass that on to the guys that are on the field. And besides that, he's a very good player. He started, I think, every game for us at right back and made that his position. So no, he's been great. He's been a big help to a lot of the newcomers, and a big help to the coaching staff too. Yeah,
I would say from my vantage point, it seems to be almost like a coach on the field at times. You guys are seem to be from the bench trying to send messages out to different guys, and it's always, hey, Ross, tell this guy that, and Ross, tell this guy that. So I'm sure he's been a big help in that regard. Just looking ahead, one game this weekend. You guys going to jump back into league play, road game at New York Institute of Technology on Saturday. NYIT, a team that I think was picked second in the preseason poll, have gotten off to a little bit of a slow start though. Yeah,
they're another one of those programs like LIU that are usually at the top of our conference, qualified for the conference tournament last year. Their record isn't great right now, but I think those can be deceiving. So we're expecting a tough game. We're at the point now where our guys understand that we need to start turning good performances into wins if we want to have an opportunity to compete for, to keep playing after our last regular season game. So we know it's a big game. I think they have a fairly experienced team, so it's going to be tough like every conference game, but we're looking forward to it and hoping to get that first conference win on the board.
Yeah, 3-6 overall, 0-2 in league play. So I know you're anxious to get that first league win under your belt. As always, we will have you covered at DamonWildcats.com with a full game preview later this week and all the details surrounding the game after its completion. And Coach, we're going to wish you the best of luck Saturday and go out there and get that W.
Thank you.